Good afternoon, Vice Forecaster JD Rapp with you back in the Breaking Weather Center. We just have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings to pass along to you. Then we'll send things back just in a second. But I'm starting to get some more wind damages coming in with this line of thunderstorms in Arkansas. We've been watching these small little clusters. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Shape County and Randolph County down in Arkansas. At 3:32, a severe thunderstorm located near Martin or Ash Flat, Manisha, on 40 miles an hour. Hazard of ping pong ball size hail and 60 miles of wind gusts. So if you listen in any of these communities, definitely make sure you endure because these storms could produce very large hail. And you can see what the hail has been producing today. And look at this. Gosh. Wow, look at this, folks. We're starting to see hail up to 2.75, so that is some very large hail with these storms. And these storms could produce some very large hail today. That could cause some dents in vehicles, stuff like that. That's where we could get concerned tonight. And I've been watching this storm for a very long time today, that they could produce some very large hail. So definitely you need to be remaining in your safe spot. I mean, we could see some very large hail today with this line of storms. And just give me a second here. All right, so we'll take a look here. Starting to get some more severe thunderstorm warnings. Likely we're getting some more wind damage. 60 miles of gusts reported. So that's still going to have to topple some trees down. We got some more storms around here. Out here, especially in Missouri. Out here in Springfield, the storm is still capable. Out here in Cassville area, up to hazardous with the storm is golf ball size hail and 60 miles of wind gusts. So even the hail the size of golf ball, folk, is enough to kill somebody and hurt animals and whatever you have out there. And look at this big glob. This is some nasty stuff. Very nasty hail. So if this continues, it'll be cracking into Missouri. These are strong storms. So definitely make sure you, in the rainfall, we could have this, maybe some very heavy rainfall, but the wind is very not likely. The sun of bees, and just a lot of hail. Hail's going to be the biggest concern tonight with these storms, and this is why the severe thunderstorm warning for ping pong size hail and some, particularly some strong winds with that. And even this storm here is giving me signs up to 2.5 inches of hail. That is very large to cause some problems. And we got another cluster in Arkansas. It's giving me some signs. We'll flip back to the starting to get more reports of near the 470 block of Mount Holly Highway. A large tree was reported down, blocking the highway, and vehicles ran into the tree, but no one was injured. So that's a good thing. But we're starting to get these. Look, this is what happens. Things are going to be later. We're starting to get some trees are down, especially anytime you get that bowing. That's where you get very strong to damage and straight line winds anytime you get that huge bowing like that. And that's when you get, we're already having some reports of some trees down right now and blocking some roads. So that's a pretty serious situation when you get that. It's some trees down. I'm checking my phone just to see what's going on in Illinois. And I'll just add them in here if they go under a warning. And these storms here are going to be very strong today. Come on, load up here. All right, we got 50% of this storm could come in severe in parts of Murfreesboro and DeSoto. I'm start looking at that storm. If it comes severe, well, these storms down here have been very strong today, and they're producing lots of hail and the potentially of high winds has been the biggest concern today. And starting to get some more reports of trees down, especially if this hail continues. You're going to see after radar area. That storm is giving me signs there is a potentially some weak sheared but there is potentially these storms could produce some very strong winds, maybe even up to 70 at times. So make sure you're in a building, and even if you feel threatened by these storms, just get away from the windows. Take shelter in the basement. I mean, if you have one, go to the basement. I mean, even these storms are not going to produce tornadoes today. I mean, even I always tell kids that at safety days, and especially when I teach them at school about weather days, even a tornado don't even develop with these storms. You can still get hit by a tree. A tree could go through your window and topple through there, and that's where you get a lot of injuries, and we don't want any injuries from these storms today. Is a bunch of trees coming through it, and that's what we do think it could happen later. So if you just join us, almost at 3 o'clock, almost getting close to be 4 p.m. Going to get showers and thunderstorms developing with some strong storms moving in, and these could produce some strong to damaging straight line winds. All right, got a new storm down here, and Arkansas is giving me a little more of intense time to look at. If you live in Branson down here, I'm starting to get some more reports coming in again. Parts of Calhoun, Coppin, Cashew County at 341, a severe thunderstorm was located. Trying to see if we got a new watch just came in place. I'll get this Cameron showing something. At 341, a severe thunderstorm was located near Elkville or Howard Moonies around 40 miles an hour. A hazardous 70 miles of wind gusts and up to ping pong ball size hail again from a trained spotter. So you listen to any of these communities, I definitely would seek shelter now. There's some very strong to damage and straight line winds up here by Branson. If you live in Branson, this is the time to move to your safe spot. I mean, this is not a tornado at the time, but you know straight line winds can be worse than a tornado. So move to the lowest floor. Basement's going to be the safest place to be in. I mean, this is just to protect yourself from flying debris. And folks, we keep on getting reports. Now we're getting power poles were blown down. So folks, we're getting another situation here with some more power poles are trying to blow down with this whole situation. So definitely you need to be in a basement, small terry room. Just get away from some windows. If you have a room with concrete or even a room with no windows and it's on the lowest floor, you'll be safe in that type of event. But when we're starting to see mobile homes like this today, if we're starting to see mobile homes, you're being in a mobile home and this 70 miles of gust, it's not going to write that today. You definitely need to get out of these mobile homes. Just go stay with some friend tonight or some family member that has a basement because these storms are going to have a lot of punch to them. We may not have strong tornadoes with this stuff in Missouri and Kentucky. We could see some damage and straight line winds that could turf things up. We could report the power poles have been blowing down now, and that's still enough to cause some trouble here. New severe thunderstorm watch just came across my phone here to 11 p.m. for Mississippi. So I'll show that up when we sign things off just a second. But these storms are producing here in down here in parts of Arkansas are giving me signs of some pretty decent damage coming in right now. Starting to get reports of power poles have been blowing down, and another report of large tree. That was large trees, but this little line is up to 70 miles. All right, we just have a tornado warning in place, so we gotta have to stay with this. We get these a lot in storms like this, so we gotta have to switch gears. Let me see if I can get Jonathan on with us right now. So hold on just a second. Hold tight. Alright, we have a tornado warning, so we're going to have to stay with you for a second. Just give me a second. I'm taking a look at the storm in Carbondale. It's starting to shrink again, so we could be getting a new storm develop. So, if that becomes the case, then we'll have to switch gears in a second and go back to that in a minute. Alright, so we got this tornado warning down here. This includes parts of Bradley County and north central Arkansas, south central Cleveland County, south central Arkansas, north central Horn County, central Arkansas, Dallas County, and central Arkansas, south central Drew County, and south central Arkansas, Lincoln County, central Arkansas, into around 4:15 at 3:45. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Elsonville or 7 miles south of the face, minutes around 50. So hazardous tornado. So folks, this is a radar indicated tornado. We don't definitely have one on the ground right now, but we get this a lot when you have these bow echoes. A lot of times you get a spin up. And yep, I can tell why. Red next to green is gate to gate sheared. So if you're in this polygon, now's the time to get centered, get covered, go to a basement if you have one, ground floor. We'll put the velocity, our little tool, what we use to see if we have any debris with it. And I don't see anything. This could be a straight line wind tornado before you know it. And doesn't really come through yet. So we'll switch back and don't see anything yet. So that's some good news. So you still want to be in your tornado safe spot. We'll check for hail with this. And yeah, goodness gracious. So folks, we're going to see up to 2.5 inches of hail. So you definitely could have a pretty decent updraft with the storm. And very strong signs of rotation. So we could be getting a tornado that could be on the ground now. So I'd be in your tornado safe spot. Make sure you have a mattress between you, a helmet on each person, because the storm looks like it's tightened up to be a tornado, but it doesn't show anything on the ground. No debris ball. There's a little bit of blue, but I don't know if that's even clever that we see. But we definitely need to be taking these storms very seriously, because there is a lot of punch today, a lot of energy for these storms to get going. We're already having trees down, and power poles are been going down. So if you're in Horseville area down here, it's time to seek your tornado safe spot now. Let's move to the basement if you have one. New severe thunderstorm warning is continuing. We got storms are going on in a lot of places today. This is just an afternoon where it's a lot of juicy. We get in the summer multiple times. These storms fall apart and they pulse back up. I'm just checking into different things in Illinois. That looks okay. But yeah, this is a tornado warning, so we want to continue to watch these storms a lot. And there's the circulation marker indication. We could see a tornado with this. It's a radar indicated one. It runs through 4:15. We don't really have a confirmed one on the ground, but this is one of these deals where it's once we get the heavy rain, these storms could be rain wrapped. You could see the tornado coming, so I would be sure you're in your safe spot. So tornado warning continued for about almost 4:15. I mean, so far I'm not seeing any reports of tornadoes on the ground yet, and the chances of this developing very at times when you have these little MCSs, they can spin up quick, and that's what it happens a lot. So, all right, we just got more reports coming in. That's power poles been blown down. All right, just got some more reports of tree. A tree was blown down on a home in East Camden area. So, folks, now we're getting reports of trees have been blown down on homes. So this could be some destructive damage coming in now. We're starting to get trees are blowing down right now. We're already getting reports of trees are been blowing down, and definitely that's not normally good when we have something like that. It's probably coming from straight line winds that does that. Just a report of dime-sized hail earlier, but these storms are still producing lots of trees coming down. And these are the storms that are already got a punch earlier. To see what happened, these line of storms developed. Then they came into a stabilization that we have to watch these storms really closely. So if you live in this tornado warning here. Red polygon area, this pink polygon in New Hamburg area, you need to be shaking shelter. But it's a very tight couplet, very strong signs of rotation with that. And let's see. Anything else got issued while we're here? Because now we're continuing to get more damages coming in. And we don't have a confirmed report. We might even have one. We might just have some more wind damage coming in. And that's why we're continuing to stay with this. So while we're sitting here, about ready to send things back just in a second because no reports. We just continue to get that report of that tornado on the ground right now. So no confirmed report of no tornado, but I'm just gonna go with. All right, we still got that severe thunderstorm watch. There's a new watch that goes through midnight down here. I just got a text from a few minutes ago. So what we go through this here, check with the, here's the SPC. And this new severe thunderstorm watch goes in effect. Let me see if it's affecting our counties or not yet. And this goes through about 11 p.m. tonight. So that's a severe thunderstorm watch. And you can just see this goes through mainly high winds is the biggest concern with that. So normally, I mean, if you just joined us this afternoon, we're starting our coverage in for some severe weather. So let me just go out here for a second and check. The only watch you got is part of Duncan County. This goes through midnight. 11 o'clock. So definitely we have a few storms developing. Mainly it's going to be very large damage and winds is going to be the biggest concern. So we have to watch that with these storms this evening. And there's one from Mississippi, but I just got a new text from my phone. New severe thunderstorm watch has been entered for Oklahoma. So that goes through 11 o'clock too. So mainly this is looking like more of a damage and wind threat than just a tornado threat. Like I said, we can't roll them out with these strong winds, but this is how it's looking right now. So right now, we're going to continue to watch this. Let's see if any more damage has came in since we've been watching this one little cluster of thunderstorms has decided to develop. All right, Duncan County just went under a warning right now, so let me just step out here. We'll continue to watch this right now, so we will Continue to break in as we need to.